What is happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. A lot of requests for this one. Colby Covington versus Khamzat Chimaev. Let's get into this fight. Alright, let's start with Khamzat Chimaev. 6'2", 75-inch reach. Purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He just got his purple belt after the Gilbert Burns fight. Mixed martial arts record, 11 wins, 0 losses. Perfect record. 6 wins via KO TKO, 4 wins via submission, 1 decision. Khamzat Chimaev is a highly skilled, credentialed wrestler. He's won gold multiple times in the Swedish Nationals. And to my understanding, pretty much a lifelong grappler and wrestler. Khamzat Chimaev is a young man right now, 27 years old. The sky is truly the limit for him. I do see championship in his future at some point. Maybe a few titles. Those are some of his goals. Those are some lofty goals. Very commendable. He just had a sensational fight against Gilbert Burns, the number 2 at the time. Khamzat, I believe, is ranked number 11. Now, I saw some comments that just didn't make any sense to me after that fight. People were actually saying the hype has been stopped, that Khamzat has been exposed. Actually, it's the opposite of that. That fight answered so many damn questions. And I said that in my recap video the same night. We got to see Khamzat's durability, we got to see his chin tested, we got to see his heart, his endurance, his will to win, his ability to adapt and change gears in a fight in real time. That fight was a great thing for him, and if anything, it proved a ton in a good way for Khamzat. He's got to tighten up though. Not going to go on a big rant on that Burns fight. This is Covington versus Chimaev. But if he wants to win the belt, if he wants to be a threat to that belt, he cannot engage in brawls. He can't fight for the crowd. He just has to methodically win these fights with great strategy and skill, which is what he's been doing in his career up until the Burns fight. Started fighting smarter later in the fight, and what do you know, he was having more success. Khamzat's a beast to me. Okay, moving on to Colby Chaos Covington. 34 years old, 5'11", 72-inch reach. NCAA Division I wrestler. He is credentialed in wrestling. Pac-10 championships, multiple time gold. Gold at the World Championships in London 2013. Mixed martial arts record, 17 wins, 3 losses. 4 wins by KO TKO, 4 by submission, 9 decision wins. Colby just defeated Jorge Masvidal via unanimous decision. Before that, he lost to the champ Kamaru Usman. He had a win over Tyron Woodley TKO. And before that fight, he also lost to the champ Kamaru Usman. But let me tell you, those Usman fights, very close, super competitive, especially the first fight. Colby showed a lot in those Usman fights. He's at a point now where he's a competent striker. He doesn't have power like that, but he can overwhelm you. His cardio is a weapon, some of the best in the game. The pace he puts on guys, he just breaks them. Top-notch wrestling. I would say in the UFC, Colby is up there at the top of the food chain with the wrestling. You got Kamaru Usman, you got Colby Covington, you got Khamzat Chimaev. What's impressive about Colby Covington is his will to win and his toughness. You could like the guy, you could hate him, you could despise his antics and character, but you cannot deny this guy could fight. This guy could fight and he's tough as hell. Now, let's get into this fight. Alright, so touching a little bit again on the aftermath of the Chimaev versus Burns fight. I was reading a lot of people doubting Khamzat after that Burns fight regarding beating Colby Covington. And I think that's kind of foolish, honestly. Styles make fights. Every fight is different. Even if you fight the same guy 5 times in a row, it could be a different outcome every single fight, let alone different opponents. MMA math doesn't really work. You can have the number 1 guy beat the number 2 and 3, but the number 6 be able to beat the number 1 for whatever reason. All those guys are skilled in the top 10. On any given night, they could beat each other. Of course, Kamaru Usman is the man at welterweight. There's levels to this. Usman's at the top. Covington's right there. In my honest opinion, Khamzat Chimaev, right there. He is a handful for anybody, Chimaev. That skill set, his toughness, he has knockout power, he can be technical on the feet, he can get into a slugfest, he has awesome cardio and conditioning. That was a knock on him as well. People were saying, oh, his cardio's not that great, look at him, he was tired against Burns. Was he tired though, or was he just stunned? Because he took some big shots, man, so did Burns. The pace those guys were trading blows, it was insane. Colby Covington would be breathing hard if he fought that fight and took those shots. I think Colby Covington is a problem for Khamzat Chimaev in many ways, but at the same time, I think the same could be said in reverse. More so. I mean, honestly, look at their ways to win, look at the weapons, and look at the skill set. Covington is not really going to out-wrestle Khamzat Chimaev. I might argue that Khamzat would out-wrestle him. As long as his cardio keeps up, holds up I should say, I would bank on Khamzat getting the better of the wrestling. But that's just me. Danger-wise on the feet, knockout power, stopping power, Khamzat Chimaev. Colby Covington just doesn't knock you out like that. He beats you with volume, he'll TKO you, but with a chin like Khamzat and his toughness, don't really see that happening on the feet. But Khamzat can knock him out for sure. I would reckon that Khamzat's going to be the bigger fighter come fight night. He's going to be stronger than Colby Covington. The one area that you might be able to say that Covington has the edge is the cardio and conditioning. So let's say Covington is 100. Khamzat Chimaev is probably 90-95 there. Not that big of a difference. Khamzat is notorious for training his butt off. He is not going to come in out of shape, especially against a guy like Covington. And Covington's MO and his strategy, it's known. The cat's out of the bag with him. It's been out of the bag for a while. He's gonna put a blistering pace on you. He's gonna volume strike. He's gonna mix takedowns, try to wear you out. He does this every fight. Khamzat has the skill set, the size and strength, the conditioning to stuff Colby's takedown attempts, to keep the fight on the feet and do some damage on Colby. That's the smart game plan. Now, if Khamzat gets into this wrestle fest with Colby Covington, he runs the risk of tiring himself out. And even though I think he has great cardio, Colby's one of the kings of cardio and conditioning. It would be really stupid for him to engage in extended wrestling sessions with Colby Covington. Unless I'm underestimating him, and he takes Colby down, puts him on his back, and just smashes on him. Who knows? I think this is a great fight. In simple terms, path to victory for Colby. Like I said, just do what he does. Volume striking, avoid the big shots, has to be careful with that. Mix in takedowns, make Khamzat work. That's going to pay dividends later on in the fight. Wash, rinse, repeat. Maybe Colby unanimous decision. Maybe TKO stoppage from Khamzat being exhausted. Unlikely to me, but possible. Khamzat on the flip side, like I said, he just has to keep this fight on the feet. I think he is going to have the edge standing. The danger factor striking wise has to go to Khamzat. The longer Colby stands with him, the more he's going to be in danger. Chimaev has to fight smart. He can't let Colby get him against the cage, back to the cage, because he's going to get a hold of his hips. He's going to push on him. He's going to keep him pinned there. He's going to make him work. Chimaev has to spin out, stuff those takedowns, keep it in the center. I can see in one of those exchanges, Khamzat landing one of those nasty rear uppercuts. I think he's more skilled on the feet than Colby Covington, if I'm being honest. Final pick for this fight, guys. Hard fought, competitive, great matchup. It's a close one. It's a close one. Colby is no joke. Khamzat's no joke. 55-45, Khamzat Chimaev for me. You guys let me know in the comment section who takes this fight and why. I would love to read your thoughts. These debates are fun. Let's talk about this one. Thanks for watching the segment, guys. If you enjoyed it, first time at the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you can, like and share the video. Super important, that helps the channel grow. Gets the channel on the algorithm good side. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you all on the next segment. Let's hope this one goes down. Take care, guys.